Hey, yo, tell him where you been.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How you doing?
Hey, I'm thanks for doing this, man. Cause I gotta say, first of all, man, uh, I like you a lot, and not just you in the locker room playing hockey, and you're a great hockey player and everything, but the fact that I don't know if anybody's ever said this in the history of the world, but you might be my favorite traveler of all times. Like you and Andrew. Um, you guys are just like always going, man. Just like open minded, getting out there and traveling. And like when I brought this to you, you like immediately jumped on, and I was like, hell yeah, dude. So I'm like pumped up. So
That's a big coming from the Steve May.
um, so I was talking to you about it. The plan is to just talk for so I'll start a clock, right? Talk for a few minutes about some pitches. You sent me 5 pitches. We're just gonna chat about them. So I originally thought Instagram we could show these pitches, but it doesn't work like that right now. Get your act together, Instagram. So we're gonna go old school. I went and printed out some pitches. And I just shuffled them. So I don't know which
All
one
right.
to pull up. And I'm just gonna pull this one up first, and then just let me know where it's from, where you're at, and we'll talk about it. And I'm excited. So let's see. Number one, this is your first picture. This is old. This is a. Oh, let me do it like this. Let me check this out. So we got this picture.
Yes,
Really,
sir.
really
That's
nice.
the
What's happening?
affirmation. Yeah, that's the crew who you've already on my side there, as well as another good friend of mine, Alexa. I tried to space US for 5 pictures, and I tried to like pick different geographies as well. So that's when we were in obviously Egypt. That's yeah. Alexa says that's me. Um, yeah, we that's a funny one. We were in Frankfurt at the time, and Andrew would just go on like Tuesday and say, taking Thursday, Friday school this week, and we're going wherever we can go. And I was like, all right, cool. So this time it was he said there's crazy cheap flights to Eilat, and we flew from Frankfurt to Eilat in the south of Israel, and I don't think we slept for the next like 48 hours. We were we took a like we toured Eilat for the day, and then we went into like a day trip into like Petra, Jordan, on like to the east, and then we came back through the night. Early in the next morning, got on a bus and drove into Cairo, like an overnight bus into Cairo. Went like messed around in Cairo for the day, and then back. So I mean, in whatever 48 hours, we saw 3 different countries with like 3 really different stories. And then on the Ryanair flight going back, I have the worst time sleeping on airplanes, but I was like zonked. I was ruined on that flight going back. But yeah, I mean I've since actually returned to Egypt. It's a fun time, very different experience. But that was, I mean, it's the pyramids. It's monumental. So it had to make the top 5.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. Because I remember you telling me stories about that trip back in the day when you originally went, and the fun that you guys had there, and the fact that you got to experience that with friends, man. And I'm sure that's something you guys will like never ever forget.
Yeah, for sure. And that's going to be a common theme in all 5 of these is like, I think Andrew's in most of them, but just that I was never alone. There were always like great friends by my side. And for the most part, like a lot of the people that I'm still hanging out with today. And I mean, even the Vikings here, like played one season 2017 with that hockey team, and they're coming. It was like such a spectacular experience, and just made great friends along the way.
Yeah, yeah. I think I even picked you guys up at the airport one day. It was just like I don't know. It was and for some I don't know how, but you guys always seemed to be at hockey. You guys would always be at hockey, but you'd always be traveling. So I don't know how you did anything else.
we had to schedule around hockey. That's number one priority.
Yeah, it was badass. So hey, let's go to number two. Let's see, number two. This is I'll get you a better view of this. This is picture number two. Looks like young Phil Mickelson over here, lucky lefty. Let's see.
That's
All right.
day one of a 2-week trip that I did through Vietnam. I thought that picture's kind of funny because my brother went to Vietnam like just a few weeks before I did, and he's got the exact same picture, same hotel roof. And then like obviously when Andrew and I booked the flights, we're like, hey, that looks super, super cool. We got to do that. So the first day we landed, we took a power nap and then missioned it out to that hotel. It's on like the roof of a hotel, and we're hitting golf balls into the harbor. It was like super, super cool. Floating golf balls, and then they have guys going around in like canoes. They're rowing with their feet, and they've got a net, and they're like scooping up these golf balls. It was unique, I guess. I mean, I've been to many driving ranges in my day, and that was definitely the only one where buddy went around in a net in a canoe to collect golf balls.
And was this something you could just go like any time of day, or just go up on the roof and just start shooting?
Yeah, I mean, well, like similar to a driving range, right? Like we rented clubs and got a bucket of balls and just like went crazy.
That's freaking badass, man. Did you you hit it across the water?
Imagine, no, that's quite the harbor. That's a big drive. That's some Bryson DeChambeau stuff.
Because I've seen you golf, man.
I do my best.
Hell of a golfer. All right, let's see. We're gonna go to picture number 3. Ooh, this is something.
Yeah, this
is a recent trip that you took, yeah.
Oh. This was my most recent. Not quite, but this was right before COVID hit, and we all kind of got locked indoors. Again, Andrew. Yeah, so this is there he is, and actually the goalie is one of my longtime buddies. We played hockey together in Richmond Hill, and Jason is there, and Paul is there, and I don't even know how the connection works. He messaged me one day on Facebook and said, "Hey, would you be down for like an all-inclusive trip to Kuwait to play on the hockey team for Saudi Arabia?" And I was like, I don't really want to ask the question about how that's possible, but yeah, let's do it for sure. And I mean, it was kind of, I mean, the boys are making fun of me. I was definitely the most concerned about like, who knows what's going on here. Like there wasn't a whole lot of communication, and like our flights were booked the day before. And it's like, okay, like who knows if we're actually getting this plane ticket. But I mean, we got on the plane, and that was such a fun experience. And it's such a like ridiculous story, and people are like, you went to Kuwait to play hockey with like the Saudi Arabian team. Like, how does any of those things make sense? But that was tons of fun. And again, like obviously Andrew, Jason is here messaging. Jason, one of the Vikings, Cole as well. Like I was just with a bunch of great boys, and we had tons of fun. The hockey we got smoked, so like we needed to be able to laugh about it. That was we said after every game, like if there's ever a time where you needed to have a beer after a game, it was after losing. We lost 30-0 to the Kuwait. It's like, it's a dry country, we can't drink here, but we needed it.
Damn. Hey, speaking of Kuwait, so the Kuwaiti team actually came to check like 2 years ago and played the Vikings.
Yeah. I'm going to say the Vikings were a little bit better than the Sun. Just a little bit better.
Really? Hey, they had a bunch of Canadians on the team, man. I'm sure you guys definitely lifted them up. And then, of course, you had the best D-man in the world, Jay Bird, out there. So, all right. So we're going to go to number 4. This is one more picture right here. We'll go flip that around. Bam.
Yeah, this is a great one. This is probably one of my favorites. I've got it on my desk here. This was at the end of the summer, I guess right before I met you guys. End of summer in 2017. I was summer with that's my best friend Troy and my girlfriend Jessica came and visited for the month of August, and it was, I mean, I remember when we were moving out of our apartment, and we both looked at each other. I mean, we said it many times over the course of the summer, but especially leaving, it was like, yeah, that was the best summer of my life. Like that was so much fun. We had a great condo like right outside of Alexanderplatz. Just something about, like, I don't know, Berlin in the summer is spectacular. We were traveling a bunch. We were having tons and tons of fun, and this was kind of like that. The end of that summer was the three of us went to Venice, and it was right in the middle of the Lucifer heat wave. It's just unbearable. We still obviously had a good time, but I think we went back to our Airbnb and showered like 4 times just because we were like drenched. And we were, I mean, that whole time when we were students, we were kind of like balling on a budget, right? So our flights were at ridiculous hours. And I remember back on the Sunday, because we both had to be at work on Monday, our flight was like really, really early, and the airport is not on Venice Island, right? So you got to take the water taxi to get to the mainland to get to the airport, and it doesn't run at the same hours that Ryanair is flying. So we didn't even stay in the Airbnb on the Saturday night. So we stayed there Friday night, used it Saturday like just to shower, and then Saturday night came around and we're like, okay, I guess we got to go to the airport tonight, and we slept in the airport and got on like a 4 a.m. flight to go back to Frankfurt.
Yeah, that's like one thing I certainly remember is you guys are always telling like how cheap you guys are. You're like, you can fly from here to freaking Israel for like $22 or something, 22 euros or whatever, and it was crazy.
And
you guys are always traveling.
It was like, I think it was 14 euro, both like round trip, both times we booked it. So we went to Israel and back.
No excuses, right, man?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So let's go to, hey, I promise you I didn't plan this. And hey, damn, it's already almost been 10 minutes. But hey, I didn't plan for this to be the last one. But this right here, this is an incredible picture. And just gonna laugh just looking at it. But yeah, please explain.
No, that's Gamish. That's kind of like the big tournament for the Olympic Village. Yet again, another like ridiculous story. Like it's just kind of, they all kind of seem to. I mean, it seems normal. The beer monster, yeah. It seems like not so crazy to me. But when I'm telling these stories to my friends back home, and they're like, I just casually mentioned that like I played in Olympic Village in Munich, and they're like, hold up, like you got back that way. But yeah, the boys went down there for a weekend and played some spectacular hockey, and then had some fun at Peaches, and that was gonna get anytime soon. That again, that's just, I mean, this picture is just kind of like a summation of all the time that I spent with that hockey team, and that was an unbelievable experience. I'm so glad. I don't think I'll ever forget the day that Luke messaged me. I stayed with the team earlier, and like in March or something like that, and you know, there were my equipment was in Canada, and I wanted to do a bunch of traveling, and I wasn't really sold on hockey. And then Luke messaged August, was like, hey, I promise you you'll have fun. And I was like, yeah, sure, what the heck. And I'm so glad that I said that. That was the decision I made. And then I was talking to all the guys in the year behind me, and they ended up playing, because I told them that story. I was like, I was on the fence, and it was the best decision I made. And that's why like Cole and Mike and Ben all ended up playing, and I'm sure they had as much fun as I did. That was
they were crazy. They were as crazy as you guys were. And yeah, they fit in from moment one. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. And I wish I was talking to. I mean, I still keep in touch with Cole, Devo, and Ben. Like they're great guys as well. I was talking to them, and I was hoping that we could kind of keep that chain going. I mean, there's a cohort of Canadians that fly to Wiesbaden every single year to go on that program, and like no one in the years ahead of me did it. So I was like, this doesn't seem right. Like we're all hockey players. Like we have to have a more of a like a steady stream here, but I don't think anyone after those 3 guys joined, right?
No. No. So we got it ended up being a little dry spell. So hopefully after things clear up and we can stop playing hockey again, we'll get some hockey players in, because honestly, like having you guys out there was huge for us, and I mean, you guys brought a lot of fun and incredible talent I mean, you guys, you know, you were born with skates on, so I mean, it was awesome. Hey,
I mean,
so we've got your 5 pitches here. We'll go back over them real quick, um, just to look real quick. Look at that swing, and just to say that mask of Ragnar was very clean at that moment. He didn't want to wear that in Peaches because it
I
was
don't
nasty.
think it was clean at that moment, but all right.
Yeah, it might not have been, but later in the evening, it was bad. But hey, listen, brother, I want to say thank you for doing this. Um, you've
I
always
mean,
been you've always been supportive of a lot of things, and you've always been an inspiration. As such a young person, traveling, getting out there, and just like I was saying earlier, man, open mind, meeting people, and doing awesome things, dude. So, yeah, thank you very much.
yeah, thanks for having me. I mean, it always was my pleasure doing these things. Like it was on my page just talking about these pictures. I definitely had tons of fun, and I'm can't wait to be able to travel again.
Hell yeah! And with this Instagram live thing, there's literally no cutting. There's no like I can go to bed like in 5 minutes after this. There's no extra work after to be do it. It's awesome. It's done. We got a chance to talk, and like anybody that sees this, if you have any like if you've ever been traveling, which I'm sure you've done, or if you want to travel, or if you know anybody that's done any traveling, or even if you want to talk about your hometown or anything, whatever it is, and that's why I said like with the whatever, um, travel or whatever, because I know a lot of travelers that are extremely passionate about other things, art, music, sports, whatever. So that just ties in music, bright individual, musician, you know what I mean? So yeah, just something that's inspired, man. There's so many incredible people around the world. Doesn't matter who you are, whatever. So we'd love to have a conversation and learn something. So Patrick, you're awesome. Thank you for doing this. And man, stay safe and healthy, and hope to see you out here soon, brother.
Yeah, yeah, likewise, man. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Um, peace.
Yeah.
Later.